A simple and easy to maintain design, the Leopard quickly became the standard land-sized mech carrier for the original Star League in the Great Houses. Its relatively low operating costs and abundant existing replacement parts, with the exception of a drive system, have allowed it to not only survive the succession wars as a ship class, but to become the dominant entry vehicle for mech recon, objective raid, and special operation. The Leopard mech transport has served in the sphere combat units since the dawn of the Star League. Ideally suited to raiding, the 1,900-ton Leopard can transport a lance of BattleMechs, together with a pair of Aerospace fighters. Leopards are most often used to provide support in planetary assaults, where the vessel can quickly draw up its mechs to plug breaks in a defensive position or to provide extra firepower for crucial assaults. Leopard-class dropships are also used to escort valuable transports into and out of combat zones. Although not as effective as dedicated assault dropships, the Leopard's firepower and maneuverability enable it to provide effective protection against enemy craft. The Leopard is an Aerodyne-type dropship, roughly 65 meters long. Powering the vessel is the reliable but difficult to service Star League V-84 interplanetary drive. Aside from that, the vessel is easy to maintain and its operating costs are low, which make it one of the most popular vessels among mercenary units and the periphery bandit kings. The dropship has similar capabilities to its sister vessel, the Leopard CV. The most obvious difference are the types of cargo and the appearances of the two ships. The mech-carrying Leopard was designed in the days when crystal steel armor could only be formed in plates. The Leopard CV came out after a breakthrough in technology made curved armor plating possible, and so it uses this more advanced armor. The Leopard has an impressive weapons loadout for such a small dropship. Most useful to defend against aerospace fighters, it, however, can be easily overwhelmed if swarmed. The offensive weapon systems primarily consist of energy weapons, although a trio of LRM launchers provides additional ranged fire. The nose weapons bay contains a pair of PPCs, an LRM-20 and 3 medium lasers. Each of the forward-firing side weapon bays contains a pair of large lasers, an LRM-20 and a medium laser. A dorsal turret mounts a pair of aft-facing medium lasers, and a large laser, mounted midway between the engine models, supplements the firepower into the craft's rear arc. Protecting the ship's hull and its content are 30 tons of crystal steel armor plating. 4 huge doors provide access to the vessel's 4 individual mech bays. The only access to the interior of the craft is through a pair of human-sized double doors, which means only the smallest mech parts can be moved between bays. The limited space on the craft restricts the repair equipment it may carry to mobile repair platforms, small equipment cranes, and industrial exoskeletons. The Leopard's 2 fighter bays, situated just forward of a mech bay, each contain a single fighter cubicle. When no fighters are being transported, the cradles can be dismantled. The resulting extra cargo space can accommodate up to 300 tons of cargo or 6 small vehicles. This space is considered unsuitable for transporting combat units, however, due to its limited access. Because the Leopard's internal space is so limited, this is the only way that the ship can carry any cargo. Indeed, when performing independent missions, the ship suffers from the lack of adequate repair stores for its mechs, fighters, and its own systems. If repairs must be made, engineers and techs must make do with the few supplies at hand. The crew quarters of the Leopard are among the most cramped of any dropship, with facilities for no more than 15 people. Though each person has its own private room, These small quarters provide only a single bed, a fold-down desk and a small wall locker. Each room also has its own equally small utilitarian washroom. Though the Leopard's crew capacity is 9, few of these vessels can be run effectively with that staff. Most Leopards carry 5 or more crew members just to perform standard daily maintenance, while mech units also bring along 2 or more techs to handle the maintenance and repairs of their machines. All these extra crew members make for an extremely crowded vessel. During major operations, these ships support other combat dropships and are normally deployed not far behind assault dropship groups. Moreover, when assault dropships are not readily available, Leopards are often used instead, though usually in larger numbers to make up for their smaller firepower. Variants. The venerable Leopard, like many succession-era survivors, has had numerous modifications made, mostly minor differences. Beyond production variants, it has been observed that the Leopard can be modified for a variety of purposes, ranging from tanker craft to hospital ship. Typical refits or modifications include a tank carrier version, capable of carrying 12 light vehicles, and individual ships also have been known to carry an infantry complement, from their context presumably by turning one or both aerospace fighter cubicles into an infantry bay. It is also not unknown for Leopard owners to remove some or all of the mech and aerospace fighter cubicles for 150 tons of cargo space each, to the point of simply using the Leopard as a cargo ship. The Leopard PPC. Starting in 2845, the Magistry of Canopus modified a number of their Leopards, replacing the standard large lasers with party-kill PPCs. The Leopard 3056. An updated Leopard introduced by Arian Technologies in 3056 enhances the vessel's already superior weapon system and upgrades the life support system. Although still cramped, each of the 15 bunk rooms contains facilities for 2 people. A more powerful air circulation and filtration system makes life much more comfortable for passengers. The Leopard's arsenal has been refitted with Star Leak extended range systems, large lasers, PPCs and pulse lasers. A new coolant system easily handles the increased heat generated by these weapons. The new Leopard's 3 LRM batteries feature the new Doombot system. This system enables the LRMs to be connected to an Artemis 4 fire control system, resulting in more ordnance hitting the target. Federated Boeing Interstellar at Galax has also launched a refitted version of the Leopard, which to all intents and purposes is identical to that produced by Arian at its Clipperton yards. Federated Boeing has protested to the Federated Commonwealth government and Comstar about the Arian version, claiming that Arian stole the design in a raid on the floating tower in 3053. Given the poor state of relations between the factions involved, it seems unlikely that Federated Boeing will receive any compensation. The Leopard Pocket Warship. Developed by the Word of Blake, also at Arian Technologies, Clipperton Yards, the Pocket Warship refit features a large, more powerful drive system and 54 tons of ferroaluminum armor. The standard weaponry of the upgraded Leopard is retained, but the mech and fighter bays have been replaced by a single teleoperated killer whale capital missile launcher and 11 missile magazines, making the venerable design a considerable threat during the Jihad.